Hello, this is a tutorial on the chain, the starting point for any crochet project. This is part of the materials for my newsletter for September 2019, and in the notes below the video you will be able to find a link to subscribe to this newsletter. I'm currently doing a series on the basics of crochet, which can be interesting both for seasoned and new crocheters. Today's topic is the chain, so the succession of chain stitches we use to start a project. And first we're going to have a look at this little chain that I've just made. If you need instructions on how to make the chain, please refer to beginner videos. So this chain looks like a lot of V's, the one after the other. If your chain doesn't look like this, if it looks strange on some place somewhere inside the chain, if it has bumps and so, you have probably turned your chain while you made it. It's important to keep these V's facing you throughout so that you don't accidentally turn the chain over. Because on the other side of the chain, let's turn it over, you have this series of bumps here, 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 and here. These bumps are the third strand of each chain stitch. From this side it looks like there are only two strands, but we have a third one behind. This is very important to know when we're going to work into this chain, because we are going to work in US single crochet, so we're going to skip the first chain. This loop is not a stitch. This one is. So we're going to insert our hook in the second chain from the hook. Now, if we insert our hook at the top of the chain stitch, you will only have one strand of yarn on your hook. This is quite feasible, but it can result in a lower edge of your work that it's a bit holy, it's full of holes, because the stitches pull up this single loop so much that you create a hole. If instead you insert your hook lower into the chain stitch, do not aim for the higher strand here, but the lower one, inserting it downwards like this. If we turn, we can see that you have two strands on your hook. This means that you've caught the third strand, the bump, behind. And this is my default way to work into your chain, because you're going to have a much neater start with no holes here. There is another way to work into this chain, which is very interesting too, and that is to work into the bumps. So here we have the bumps. Every chain, look at the start. The first chain has its bump, the second one too, the third, fourth, etc. So if we want to work into the bumps, we're going to, as usual, skip the first one and then work into the second bump. This time we're taking only one strand and we make our single crochet. The next one is here. Not always very easy to catch. If you do this, it's very important that you don't work your chain too tightly. And you can work this way all the way around. What's interesting with this way of working is that below you see the entire chain, so it makes for a very neat finish.